Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to understanding the complex. Today, we're diving into something really universal, something we all do, but maybe don't think about how we do it. Waiting.
That's right. Waiting. It can be frustrating, right?
Totally. And our deep dive today is fueled by this really insightful piece called Trusting God in the Waiting, Joseph's example. It focuses on Genesis chapter 40.
A classic story.
It is, and our mission really is to unpack this idea that waiting isn't just dead time, but that it can actually be a period of preparation, even when things feel super slow, quiet. We're looking at it through Joseph's story.
And it's a powerful lens because, Joseph is really stuck. He's in prison, feels forgotten, probably misunderstood.
Yeah, definitely.
Yet the source suggests that even in that silence, he somehow kept trusting.
Which is amazing.
It really is. And it makes you ask, how do we find any kind of purpose or even just navigate those unexpected delays in our own lives when things just stop?
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that because the source points us right to Genesis 40, verse 8 specifically. It's quite striking.
What happens there?
Well, Joseph gets approached by these two fellow prisoners, right?
Yeah.
The cupbearer and the baker, and they've both had these really troubling dreams.
Okay.
And what's fascinating isn't just that he offers to interpret, but how he responds. His first words are, "Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams."
Right. That's key, isn't it?
Right.
He doesn't grab the credit.
Exactly.
He immediately points away from himself towards God as the source of meaning.
Yeah.
And if you think about our world, it pushes self-reliance so hard. Quick fixes, trust your gut.
Oh, absolutely.
This completely challenges that impulse. The source seems to be saying that real wisdom, the kind that sticks, it comes from somewhere else, somewhere beyond just us.
So what does that look like for us when we're facing uncertainty?
Well, the source gives some pretty direct advice, actually.
Well,
It says, basically, when life gets confusing, ask for wisdom from that source first, before you text your friends, before you poll your colleagues.
right. It even has that memorable line, doesn't it? Open your Bible before you open your group chat.
Exactly. It's a powerful image. Yeah. It's about where you place your confidence initially, letting it rest on something solid, not just your own churning thoughts or, everyone else's opinions.
Which can be all over the place.
Totally. It's not about not getting advice, but about where you start, where that anchor is.
Okay, that makes sense. And then the story, it takes another turn, right? This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, the interpretation part.
Joseph interprets the dreams. For the cupbearer, it's good news restoration. For the baker, not so much. Execution.
Right. Heavy stuff.
And Joseph makes this one request to the cupbearer, the one who's about to be freed. He just says, "Remember me."
Seems reasonable enough. He just helped the guy immensely.
You'd think. But what happens?
He forgets him.
Completely forgets him. And not just for a weekend. The source highlights it was 2 years.
2 full years. Back in prison. Just waiting. Seemingly unseen, totally forgotten by the one person who could have helped.
Imagine that. Yet Joseph doesn't seem to, give up or become bitter. The source emphasizes he stays faithful in his duties, even then.
And that really brings up a tough question for us, doesn't it? How do you stay faithful? How do you keep doing the right thing when your efforts aren't noticed? Or worse, just completely ignored?
Yeah, when there's no immediate reward.
Exactly. The source stresses that faithfulness, it doesn't always equal instant gratification. People might let you down, they might forget.
But the idea is, God doesn't forget.
That's the core premise.
Yeah.
And that this delay, this waiting period, it wasn't denial, it wasn't a no, it was actually preparation.
Preparation? How so?
Well, think about it. Joseph was, maybe unknowingly, learning humility, developing patience, sharpening his ability to understand people and situations, skills he desperately need later.
Okay. That reframes it completely. It wasn't wasted time.
Not according to the source, no. It was essential time.
So, bringing this home for us, how do we apply this? What are the practical steps?
The source suggests a few things. Keep doing what you know is right, even if nobody's clapping, even if no one says thank you.
That's hard, though.
It is hard. And be patient when the answers don't come right away. Trust that the delay doesn't necessarily mean denial.
Like maybe it's just not the right time yet.
Or maybe you're being prepared for something bigger.
Yeah.
The core idea is trusting that timing, God's timing, is never actually off, even when it feels that way to us.
This whole deep dive, it really hammers home that idea, doesn't it? That even in the really quiet moments, the slow times when it feels like nothing's happening,
there might be a much larger purpose unfolding.
Yeah.
It challenges us, I think, to redefine waiting. Is it just empty space?
Yeah.
A frustrating pause button? Or could it be maybe like a hidden workshop? A place where something really important is being built or refined in you or for you, even if you can't see the blueprints yet.
That's a powerful shift in perspective, a hidden workshop. I like that. So here's a final thought for you, the listener, to sort of mull over. If you really embraced that idea that God is still working, even in the silence, how might that change the way you approach the next waiting period in your own life? How might that transform the waiting?